Hi everyone, today I am here to bring you a full body Pilates reformer workout focused on unilateral movements. So as far as today's class goes, as far as equipment, you will need your reformer and we will also be using your box. Again, we're going to be focusing on using one leg at a time, one arm at a time, so that we can focus on our pelvic and shoulder stability throughout the class. As always, please feel free to modify as necessary, adjust those springs for the reformer you're working on and how your body is feeling today. When you're ready, gather that equipment because this workout starts now. All right guys, so I'm all set up. I have put my reformer on 3 heavy springs. My headrest and my foot bar are up, and we're gonna start laying down on our back. So come on down with me, all the way down to the center of the carriage, and align yourself so that your tailbone is right at the base of the carriage and you have quite a bit of room between your shoulders and your shoulder blocks. If it's comfortable for you, you can just leave your heels on the foot bar. If it's more comfortable for you, you can rest the backs of your calves on the foot bar. From here, hands are behind the head, elbows are nice and wide, and we're gonna start with a little bit of abdominal work today. So take a breath, inhale to prepare, and then exhale, curl your head, neck, and chest up, sliding your front ribs down to your hips. Inhale, open the chest up to the ceiling, and exhale, curl your head, neck, and chest up again. Let's continue here. Good, drawing the navel into the spine as you curl the head, neck, and chest up, and letting the hands really cradle the head. Let's do 4 more here. And 3. Last 2. And last 1. Beautiful. From here, extend your left leg over the foot bar, and we're going to curl up and rotate up and over to the right, and come down through the center. Up and over, and down through center. Sliding the left ribs down to the right hip as you lift that left shoulder blade up off of the mat. Let's do 4 more here. Last 2. And 1 more time. Good. Lowering your head, neck, and chest down at the center for a moment, readjusting. So we're switching to the other side. Right leg extends, exhale up and over to the left. Nice. Checking in with your pelvis. Just making sure that right hip is really anchored down into the carriage. Let's do 4 more here. The last 2. And last 1. We're going to go back to the other side 1 more time. So right heel comes down, left leg extends, rotate to the right and pause. Extend your left arm past your right thigh, and now just slide it forward a bit. Little exhale, little twist. For 5. Last 3. And last 1, come back center, reset for the other side, left heel comes down, right leg extends, rotate up and over, reach the right arm past the left thigh, and then slide that arm a little further. Again, you're finding that connection between the right rib and then that opposite hip. For 4, the last 2, and last 1. Come down through center, slide yourselves back up to your shoulder blocks here. Rest your arms down by your sides. Let's bring our heels onto the foot bar. Sit bone distance apart, thigh bones are parallel to one another. And now we're just going to tuck our tailbone under, pressing our low back down into the mat. And then lower our tailbone back down to the mat. Exhale, tuck and lift. And inhale, lower. So we're not lifting up into full bridge here. This is just a tailbone tuck. Finding some space between those low vertebrae and warming up the back. Let's do 2 more like that. And last time. Tailbone nice and heavy. Take your arms just to the outside of the wooden frame of the reformer. Bring your knees into tabletop, inner thighs together. From here, inhale the knees over to the right, keeping them even with one another, and then exhale, draw the ribs down to the mat as you come back center. Inhale the knees over to the left, and then exhale, soften the ribs as you come back center. Let's go up and over to the right one more time. And up and over to the left. Come back center, keep your knees in tabletop, tailbone heavy. From here, we're gonna rotate the knees to the right and the toes to the left, letting the hips shift slightly. Come back through the middle, glue those inner thighs together, and then rotate the other way. So here, I'd like you to imagine that your pelvis is just resting on kind of like a lazy Susan, and you're just rotating. Right hip down, left hip up. Left hip down, right hip up. Let's do 2 more to either side, trying to maintain that connection through the inner thighs throughout this exercise. 1 more time each way. Come center, place the heels back down on the foot bar, sit bone distance apart, let the tailbone get nice and heavy. From here, the spring is not too heavy. We're gonna press the carriage out and pull the carriage in, and out and in. Finding even weight through both heels, stability through the pelvis and the shoulders. Let's do 4 more here. Working on the way out and the way in. Last 2. And last 1. Come in, shift your weight into your left leg, bring your right leg into tabletop. And let's do 6 presses out and in on this side. The last 3. The last 1, come in, make your transition to the other side as seamless as possible. And we'll do 4 more here. And last 1. Without shifting in the pelvis, bring both knees into tabletop. Point your toes. Take your toes down onto the foot bar, sit bone distance apart. Press out with both legs, pull in with both legs. Finding length through the crown of the head. Last 3. Last 1, come in. Shift your weight into your left foot, bring your right leg into tabletop. We'll press out for 6, 5, knee is tracking right to the ceiling. 3. The last 1, come in, right foot comes down, make that transition as seamless as you can, and we'll press out for 5 more, and 4. The last 1, come in. Bring all 10 toes onto the foot bar, heels together and lifted. Press out and in. Both feet working evenly. Weight distributed across those 10 toes. Let's do 3 more here. Last 1, shift your weight into your left foot, bring your right leg up in external rotation, press out and in for 6. So we are externally rotated on both sides. Hip points are both pointing straight up to the ceiling. Last 3. Last 1, marry the heels, switch sides, 6. 3, 2, and 1. Last round here. Let's bring all 10 toes wide on the foot bar, still in that externally rotated position. Press all the way out and all the way in. Last 3. Backs of the inner thighs coming towards one another. Last 1, come in, shift your weight into your left foot, right knee in this wide external rotation, press out and in. 4 more, take your time on this one. Really feeling what's happening in the pelvis and the shoulders. Last 2. And last 1. Bring your right foot down, left knee up, check in. Make sure that tailbone is pointing straight down through the center of the foot bar. Last 4. Last 2. And 1. Come all the way in, bring the arches of the feet onto the center of the foot bar. Take your headrest down behind you, arms down by the sides for a little bit of bridging. So my inner thighs are together here. Roll the tailbone under, lift the hips up. Think about reaching your knees forward over that foot bar and roll the spine back down. Continue to reach those knees forward. 2 more. Good, finding that articulation of the spine. Last one, and we'll hold it up on this last one. Bring your right knee into tabletop, extend that leg to the ceiling, flex, lengthen the leg over the foot bar, point, reach the toe to the ceiling. Flex and lengthen, point and reach. 3, 2, the last one. Toe points up to the ceiling, come down and up just a little bit in the hips. Halfway down and lift, halfway down and lift. 3. Last one, lift, right foot comes down, left leg comes up, flex, lengthen, point, lift. 3. Last one, hold the toes pointed to the ceiling, halfway down, press up. 3, 2, and 1. Lower the legs down, lower the hips down. Let's sit up for a moment. Adjust our springs. So I'm going to come down to 1 heavy spring. 1 heavy to 1 medium is appropriate here, so you can play around with that. Lift your headrest up, come all the way down onto your back. Take your left strap in your left hand. Bring your knees into tabletop. Your right hand is down by your side. Your left arm is long above the shoulder. Relax the shoulder blades down the back. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Let's lower and lift our left arm. Good. Press your low back down into the mat here a little bit, imprinting the spine slightly to stabilize the pelvis. Nice. Lift your right leg to the ceiling. So opposite arm to leg. And we're going to lower both. We're going to lift both. Lower both. Lift both. Last 2. Last time. Hold the leg and the arm forward. Bend the knee and the elbow and extend the knee and the elbow. Soften the front of the ribs. Try to hold that elbow nice and still in space. Last 3. 2. Last 1. Let's combine the 2. So lift both leg and arm, lower both leg and arm, bend and extend. Lift, lower, bend, extend. 3 more sets here. And 2. Last round. Nice, and bend everything in. Before we move to the other side, we're going to interlace our hands or take our free hand into the loop behind our original hand, and we're going to curl up and rotate to the right and then lower back down through the middle. Curl up and rotate and come back down through the middle. So I'm rotating to the right. I'm allowing my knees to shift to the left, similar to our exercise from the beginning of class, where we rotate Lift our right hip and allow the left hip to slide away. Last 3. And 1 more. Come back down through the middle. Place that strap back on your peg. And let's do all that on the other side. So grab your other strap. Nice long arm. Knees in tabletop. Long arm down, long arm up. Find your center. Weighted through both shoulders. Right leg up to the ceiling. Lower and lift the leg with the arm. Beautiful. 3 more here. Last one, hold the arm and the leg forward, bend the knee and the elbow, and stretch. Bend and stretch. Last 3. All right, we're gonna combine the 2. Long arm and long leg lift, and lower forward, and bend, and extend. Check in with where the weight of your body is located. For me, I need to soften my right ribs down so that the back of my right rib cage can feel weight on the carriage. You may feel something very different, but I do want you to just check in, take note of how you can improve this movement. Last one. Bend the knees, both arms into your strap. When you're ready, curl up and rotate to the left. The knees can go to the right. Come back down through the middle. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Last 3. And last 1. Very nice job. Rest those feet, put your strap back. Let's prop ourselves up. We are gonna come down to 1 medium spring if you're not there already. And do some standing work. So grab your box. Place it on its end, very close to the back edge of your reformer, okay? And then what we're gonna do is take the strap that's closest to us and put it on our inside foot. I'm gonna take my foot down to the floor so that I can come close enough to the box that I can put my forearms on it for stability. My standing knee, this knee is nice and soft, and then I'm gonna lift my other foot up, my strapped foot up. Belly is raised, hips are square. From here, stabilize into your standing leg and press your other leg back and in. And back and in on a low diagonal. Does not have to go that high. Find that exhale on your press back. Let's do 4 more here. The last 2. And then hold that leg long behind you. Lower the toes down to the floor and then lift them back up. Here especially, I like to think about lifting a little bit with my inner thigh so that my hips can stay more square to the floor. Last 3, and 2, and 1. Toe down, come up to your hands on the box. Careful, the hands are just there for a bit of stability. Lift your torso up so your pelvis is over your heel. Bend your strapped foot, and now we're just doing a little press back. This is not a big movement, quite small. Knee to knee, and then knee behind the standing knee. Good, for 4, 3, 2, 1 more exercise to come here. Press your leg out long and low, tip the upper body over. Come on up and bend the knee. Tip the upper body over, press the leg out long and low, and come back to where you started. For 4 and 3. Last time through. Come on up. Carefully take that strap into your hand instead of your foot. You're going to step back with your strapped leg into a low lunge. We're going to take the strap into our other hand and just pull it back. And pull it back. Nice. Now if your box is getting in the way of that strap, you can just feel free to move the box over a little bit. Mine is pretty good. We're going to rotate on that pull. The last 5. The last 3. And 1 more. Good. Stand all the way up. Take that strap back. Let's do all that on the other side. So carry your box around. Place it fairly close to the back edge of your reformer. All right, grab onto the strap that's closest to you. Put it onto the strap, the foot that's closest to the reformer. Come on down to your forearms. Bend your standing knee. Brace the belly, square the hips off to the floor. And then when you're ready, we're gonna press back long and low on that low diagonal. Find your breath. Let's do 4 more here. Last one, hold your leg out. Tap the toes, lift the toes. Think about how long you can make that back leg. Stretch it towards the foot bar. Last 4. And last one. Tap the toe down, lift the torso up, come lightly onto your hands, adjust your standing foot if necessary. From here, bend your knee, and we're gonna do that little tiny press back. So just engaging the glute and the hamstring. Knee is at about 90 degrees. Last 4. Last 2. And last exercise here, strapped up. We're gonna tip the upper body over as we extend our leg long and low, and then stand back up and bring knee to knee. And again, press out and down, lift up and in. Last 4. Last 2. And 1 more time. Very nice job. Carefully grab onto that strap, take it off of your foot, take it into your hand. Again, you can adjust your box further away if you know that it's going to be in the way for you. And then what we're going to do is step back into a lunge, taking my strap into my other hand, and we're going to just start with a gentle pull back of that elbow as we get lower in the legs. Nice. Now you can add rotation. Pull and twist through the ribs. Knees still pointing straight center, so that rotation is around those lowest floating ribs. Last 4. Last 2. And 1 more. Very nice job. Come all the way up carefully. Place your strap back. Let's put our box on top of the carriage. I am going to switch to one heavy spring. Again, a medium or a heavy, you choose. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna sit on the box. The knee closest to the foot bar is gonna be bent, shin parallel to the front of the box. Your other leg is gonna be extended out over the headrest. And I'd like you to see if you can square your hips off to the front of the room. Your hand is on your foot bar slightly in front of the line of the shoulder. Other arm is extended out to the sides. Once you have that position, you're gonna lean the upper body over, pressing the carriage out, and reach the arm overhead, and then come on back up. Again, lean over, and come up. If you're feeling good here and you want to lift your outside leg as you lean, you are welcome to. Good, lean and reach and lift. This is all about the length of the body, crown of the head through the toes. Last 3. Good. Last 2. We're going to add on a little bit here. Good, last time like this. And then the next time you reach out, as you sit up, you're going to swing your leg forward. And out and over, up and forward. Nice. Now I feel like I need a little bit of a bigger range of motion, so I'm going to scooch closer to the foot bar. That is up to you. Last 3. Last 1, press out. Hold the leg back. Bring both hands onto the foot bar. Bend the knees a little bit. Lift the torso up a little bit. So you're in a slight bit of back extension. Now I want you to lift the back leg up. Little lifts for 8, 7, 6. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. One more exercise here. Press out. As you come in, you're going to bend your knee and take your toes or your leg into external rotation. Then we're going to press out again. External rotation. And then almost a bit of internal rotation here, letting the hip turn in, the heel lift up. External rotation, internal rotation. 3 more. Good. Last 1. Very nice job. Come all the way in and up. I'm going to take a little stretch for my hips, so that leg that was extended is going to cross over my other thigh. And I'm just going to try to ease into a stretch here. Very nice job. Take a few moments to breathe, and then we're just going to rotate around and do all that on the other side. Beautiful. Uncross your ankles. Carefully turn around. Good. Extend your leg over the headrest. Bring your hand onto the foot bar, square off your pelvis. From here, reach up and over as you press the carriage out, and then come on in. Now take your time setting yourself up, right? You can always pause the video, take a few more moments to adjust, and then come on back in when you're ready. Now we're going to add that leg lift as an option. Up and over, lift the leg. Last 3. And 1 more. And now when we come up, we're going to sweep our leg forward. Out and over the headrest, and back forward. The last 2. The last 1, reach up and over, find the foot bar with both hands. Separate your hands a little more if necessary. Bend your elbows, lift your upper body up. Little lifts with the back leg for 8, 7. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. One last exercise. Hand goes back to the center of the foot bar. Press the carriage out. As you come up, you're bending your knee, finding external rotation at the hip, and then shooting the leg out, finding a bit of internal rotation. External, internal. Last 3. One more. And sit up. Very nice job. You're just going to cross one ankle over the other thigh. I'm going to turn so I can face you again. And just take that Hip stretch on the other side. Take a minute to just breathe into that stretch. Very nice job. Okay, longer stretch as necessary. Come up for a moment. I'm still on that one heavy spring. I'm gonna lay down on my belly on the box, facing the foot bar, chest on or off the front, forehead fairly close to forehead over the foot bar. Hands about shoulder distance apart. Let's reach our heels towards one another. Reach our legs long. Press the carriage out. Lift the torso up. Lower the torso down and come in. That's it. One more like this. And then bring both hands to the left. Press the carriage out, lift the torso up, lower the torso down, and bend the elbows in. So you're lifting up into a little bit of back extension, a little bit of rotation. Anchor both hip points into the box every time you come back down. Last time. Move both hands over to the right. Same thing, press out. Lift up, lower down, come in. One side may feel completely awkward. That is this side for me. But I'm doing my best to find that equal weight of the hip bones into the box every time I come down. Last time. Separate your hands. Come in and out, chest low. Last two. And one more. Very nice job. Reach down and just change your springs out so you have a medium on only. And then we're gonna come up to kneeling on our box. Hands on the foot bar, knees underneath the hips. Keep the carriage nice and steady. Extend the right leg back behind you, square pelvis. Left arm forward in front of you. Lower both arm and leg. Lift both arm and leg. That's it. Last three. Hold the arm and the leg up. You can stay here holding the arm and the leg straight in front of you, or reach behind you for the ankle or the toes and find a nice back extension here. Release. Both hands down, both knees down. Reset for the other side. Good. Extending your left leg, extending your right arm, finding that square pelvis, lower and lift. Last two. Last one. Hold arm and leg up. Find that steady gaze, steady hold, or reach behind you for the ankle and find that back extension. Good. Release the foot, release the hand. Bring your knees further back on your box so your hands can come on the front corners. And now let's just round the spine and arch the back. And round the spine and arch the back. Two more to go. And last time. Very nice. Come back to a neutral pelvis. Carefully sit down on your box. Bring your feet down onto the edge of the carriage, right underneath your knees. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale the arms down. And one more time, inhale it up. And exhale it down. And you guys are all done. I certainly hope you enjoyed that workout. Please leave me a comment or a question down below. Just let me know what you thought. Let me know what you'd like to see next. I appreciate your feedback. As always, please subscribe and share. The sharing is super helpful for me as a channel to be able to bring more content to you. As always, thank you again, and I will see you next time, guys. Bye.